Hello, math champions. In this video, we are going to learn about a concept called upper bound and lower bound. In the previous video, we had talked about the nearest value, rounding off, significant figures, decimal places, all those things we learned, right? This is also a concept connected to that. If you have not watched those videos, I would recommend you to go back and watch those videos, which is also given as a card in this video. Okay, just click the link above in this video at the top. You will be able to watch those videos first and then come to this if you have not watched them. Now, what is upper bound and lower bound? Now, we know that when we talk about nearest values, right? For example, let's say, let's take 56. And I'm talking about a nearest 10. Nearest 10. Okay. Nearest 10 of what will be the nearest 10 of 56? It is because 56, it is nearest 10 is 60. Right? Nearest 10 is 60. Now, after doing the approximation, after doing the estimate, you've got this value 60. Now, if they say that, okay, now after the estimation, the answer is like 60, right? Something is rounded off. Let's say the length of a tape, okay, length of a tape is 60, which is rounded off to nearest 10. It's already rounded off to nearest 10 before this. And now they are saying what is the upper bound and what is the lower bound. Okay. Now, because it's a nearest 10, then it could be like, take a half of this. Okay. Take a half of this. Half of this will be 5. That means 5 more than 60 or 5 less than 60. Both of these things are possible. Means what? Means what? What numbers, if I round off, I'll get 60. Just think and see. Of course, 60, I'll round off means I'll get 60. Okay, 59, I'll round off, I'll get 60. Okay. If you see here, until 55, even 55 round off will give me 60. And 64, right? 64, right? 64 also, if I round off, I'll get, right? So 60. So the lowest thing will be 55. So this is called as a lower bound. Lower bound. And the 65, that is beyond 65 is what, if I round off 65, I'll get 70, isn't it? So this is called as a maximum. That's called as a upper bound. Right? Now, let's take another example so that you understand. Let's say 130, nearest, it has already been, rounded off to nearest 10. Then what will be its lower bound? It will be, lower bound will be, because it's the nearest 10, I'll subtract 5. Half of 10 is 5. So the lower bound will be 125. The upper bound will be 130 plus 5. So when I say nearest 10, so it is nothing but 130 plus 5 or minus 5. This will give me the bounds. Let's take few more examples and understand this better. Okay. Let's take, for example, after let's say temperature. Okay, temperature. We can measure temperatures at points, things like that, right? Okay, they have already estimated the temperature, and they're saying the temperature is around, okay, temperature of a city is around 36.6 degree Celsius, something like that. Okay, temperature is around, and it is being rounded off, approximated to nearest 0.2 degrees Celsius. Nearest to 0.2 degrees Celsius. What do they mean by this is, they just mean that it is 36.6 plus 0.2 or 36.6 minus 0.2. So now when I do addition, I'll get the upper bound. And this is, if I do subtraction, I'll get the lower bound. So if I get this if I add this, I'll get 36.8. And if I do this, 36.4, right? That means the range is from 36.4 to 36.8. So any values from between these three, or from 36.4 to 36.7 till that, whichever number you round off, you would get 36.6. Why do we do this? Because in real life, we will not get exact numbers. For example, when we say the distance between Earth and Sun, okay? We will say this many kilometers, right? This many miles or this many kilometers. Let's say, okay. Simply, I'm just giving you one random number, okay? 1,486 kilometers, let's say. This is not correct. I'm just giving you a number. If this is the distance between Earth and Sun, if this is the exact number that they have got, scientists have got from calculations, okay? Then they would actually, when they send out the reports, they will say it is around 1 lakh kilometer. That's what they will say. Instead of saying this much, directly what they got from their calculation, instead of saying that, they say they've got, if the distance between Earth and Sun is around 1 lakh kilometer, which is the nearest 1,000. Nearest 1,000, they will say like this. Now, when we know this value, we can estimate what is the range, what is the lowest possible. If it's the nearest 1,000, we have to divide the 1,000 by 2. Then you'll get 500, right? So it can be between 1 lakh minus 5,000 minus 500, okay? 1 lakh minus 500 to 1 lakh plus 500. Okay. Now, if you see, this value is between these two things. So this is the lower bound. This is the upper bound. I hope you have understood the value. Now, if we use the same kind of thing, let's say let's say we have a square, and they say the side is nearest meters is 5.5 meters. Nearest meter is let's say nearest meter is 5 meters. The nearest meter is 5 meter. Then find the lowest possible area and highest possible area. Okay, we know the area of a square is given by side times side. So now lowest possible area means I'll take the lower bound. What's the lower bound for 5 meter, which is nearest meter they have done? Nearest meter they have done, it will be 4.5. We know that 1 meter, we are going to divide by 2, it's 0.5 meter. So 4.5 times 4.5, that's the lowest possible area. And highest possible area is 5.5 times 5.5. So the area will be between these two values, between this and this. That will be the total area, the lowest possible area and highest possible area. I hope you understood this concept of lower bound and higher bound. I'll see you in the next video with yet another concept. Until then, bye-bye.